My friends, I stand before you today to remind you of a simple but powerful truth. Your future is not something to fear, it is something to create. The life you desire is already within you, waiting for your recognition, your faith, and your unwavering belief. You are not at the mercy of fate, chance, or circumstances. You are the operant power, the creator of your reality. And when you understand this, you will never worry about the future again. Everything you see in the world around you, every invention, every building, every work of art, was once nothing more than an idea in someone's mind. Before the tallest skyscrapers touched the clouds, before great civilizations were built, before any breakthrough was achieved, it existed first in the unseen realm of thought. Your life is no different. Every experience, every opportunity, and every success you desire must first be conceived in the mind before it can materialize in the physical world. The power that shapes reality is not external forces, not luck, and not circumstances. It is the imagination of the individual. The only limits that exist are those you accept as real. Many people believe that imagination is simply a tool for daydreaming, a fleeting escape from reality. But imagination is far more powerful than that. It is the very force that governs reality. What you continuously imagine, believe, and accept as true in your inner world will inevitably express itself in your outer world. The world does not shape you. You shape the world through the mental pictures you hold. If you can persist in seeing yourself as the person you wish to be, regardless of present conditions, you will transform your life. Your imagination is the bridge between your current self and your ideal self. The only question is, what are you imagining on a daily basis? Most people unconsciously use their imagination against themselves. They worry about worst-case scenarios, replay failures, and dwell on what they lack. And because imagination is a creative power, they unknowingly bring those fears into reality. Instead of using this divine gift to build the life they want, they misuse it to reinforce the life they do not want. The key to changing your future is to take conscious control of your imagination. Stop allowing doubt and fear to dictate your inner world. Begin to see yourself in the position you desire, with all the success, joy, and fulfillment that you crave. Let this vision dominate your mind until it feels natural and inevitable. The world may tell you to be realistic, but what is realism if not a reflection of past thoughts and beliefs? Every realistic thing you see today was once considered impossible until someone imagined it differently. The Wright brothers imagined flight before a plane ever lifted off the ground. Visionaries imagined wireless communication before smartphones became commonplace. They did not rely on external proof to validate their dreams. They relied on their imagination to bring those dreams to life. The same power exists within you. You must become the visionary of your own life. Stop looking at what is and start seeing what could be. Your imagination is your most powerful tool, and when used correctly, it will make the impossible possible. If you want a new reality, start by consistently imagining it as already real. See yourself as the successful, confident, and fulfilled person you wish to become. Walk in that state mentally before it manifests physically. Do not wait for the world to change before you believe it is possible. Change your inner world and the outer world will follow. The future is not something that happens to you. It is something you create through the images you hold in your mind. Your entire future is contained in this very moment. Right now, in the thoughts you think, the emotions you feel, and the beliefs you hold, you are planting the seeds of your tomorrow. Many people believe their destiny is shaped by the past, that their previous mistakes or failures have locked them into an unchangeable fate. But this is an illusion. The past has no power over you. Only your present state of mind determines what comes next. You are never bound by yesterday unless you choose to carry it with you. At any moment, you have the power to rewrite your story simply by shifting your awareness. What you habitually think and feel today will manifest in the days, weeks, and years to come. If you focus on lack, struggle, and fear, you will see more of the same reflected in your reality. If you dwell in abundance, confidence, and joy, the world will rearrange itself to match that state. Life does not respond to what you wish for occasionally. It responds to the state you occupy consistently. This is why the present moment is so crucial, because what you feel and assume now is what determines what unfolds in your future. Your present consciousness is always creating, whether you realize it or not. Many people delay their happiness, waiting for external circumstances to change before they allow themselves to feel fulfilled. They say, "I'll be happy when I get the job, when I find the relationship, when I have more money." But by doing this, they keep themselves in a state of waiting, and life continues to give them more of the same: waiting, longing, and frustration. The secret to changing your future is to become the person you want to be right now, internally. Feel the success before it comes, embody the confidence before the opportunity arises, and experience love before the partner appears. When you do this, you shift your state of being, and reality must follow. The present moment is not something to escape, fix, or rush through. It is the most powerful tool you have. If you want to change your future, change what you are doing, thinking, and feeling now. Do not waste your energy dwelling on regrets or fearing the unknown. The only thing that matters is the state you are in right now. What seed are you planting in this moment? Is it one of doubt or one of faith? Is it one of worry or one of confidence? Every moment presents a new opportunity to realign with the reality you desire. You are not a victim of circumstances, you are the creator of them. And your creation happens in the now. Stop waiting for change. Be the change. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled in this moment, and your future will reflect it back to you. The only time that truly exists is now, and now is where all power resides. Imagination is the most powerful force you possess. It is the tool through which all things are created, the bridge between the unseen and the seen, the formless and the formed. Yet, for many, imagination is not a tool of creation, but a weapon of self-destruction. Worry is nothing more than imagination used in the wrong direction, an unconscious act of creating what one does not want. When you worry, you are engaging in the same process that brings dreams to life, but instead of picturing success, joy, and fulfillment, you are rehearsing failure, loss, and disappointment. And because imagination shapes reality, the more you dwell on fearful outcomes, the more you set the stage for their appearance in your life. Consider how worry operates. It begins as a simple thought, a what-if scenario that seems harmless. But as you focus on it, the thought gains momentum, pulling in emotions of fear, anxiety, and doubt. Soon it feels real, even though nothing has actually happened. Your body responds as if the worst-case scenario is unfolding before you, reinforcing the illusion that your fear is justified. This is the power of imagination, and it is working perfectly. The only problem is that you are using it against yourself. The same energy that could be used to construct a beautiful future is instead wasted on anticipating disaster. The truth is, most of what you worry about never actually happens. Your mind fabricates problems that do not exist, making mountains out of mere shadows. And even when difficulties arise, they are rarely as catastrophic as your imagination made them seem. Worry adds nothing to your life. It only drains you, paralyzes you, and keeps you stuck in a cycle of fear. It does not prepare you, it weakens you. It does not prevent problems, it attracts them. By constantly dwelling on what could go wrong, you unknowingly invite those very outcomes into your experience. Now, imagine if you redirected that same mental energy toward what you do want. Instead of picturing failure, picture success. Instead of anticipating rejection, expect acceptance. Instead of fearing lack, imagine abundance. The process is the same. The only difference is the direction in which you focus. You have already proven that your imagination is powerful. The question is, will you use it to build or to destroy? Will you let it be a source of fear or a source of faith? The choice is entirely yours. Worry is not a sign of responsibility, intelligence, or caution. It is simply an undisciplined imagination running wild. And just as you have trained your mind to expect the worst, you can train it to expect the best. The next time you catch yourself worrying, stop, take a deep breath, and consciously shift your focus. Remind yourself that you are the creator of your experience, not a victim of circumstances. Replace every fearful thought with a vision of things working in your favor. When you do this consistently, worry will lose its grip on you, and your imagination will become the tool of transformation it was always meant to be. The greatest secret to creating the life you desire is to live in the end. This means assuming with absolute certainty that what you desire is already yours. It is not about hoping, wishing, or waiting. It is about fully embodying the state of fulfillment now. Most people live in a state of wanting, constantly reaffirming their lack. They say, I hope I get that job, I wish I could be successful, or one day I'll be happy. But in doing so, they keep themselves separate from their desire. To want something is to acknowledge that you do not yet have it, and what you continue to affirm, you continue to experience. Instead of longing for a better future, step into the version of yourself that already has what you seek. If you desire wealth, do not affirm poverty. See yourself as already abundant. If you wish for love, do not dwell in loneliness. Feel the warmth of love surrounding you now. The state you persistently occupy is what manifests in your reality. It is not enough to visualize your dream occasionally. You must dwell in it mentally, emotionally, and spiritually until it becomes your natural state. When you know something is already yours, you no longer seek it, stress over it, or wonder when it will come. You simply move through life with the quiet confidence that it is done. The world around you may contradict your vision at first, but that does not matter. What you see with your physical eyes is only a reflection of past thoughts and beliefs. It is old news. Reality is fluid, always shifting to match the state you hold within. If you persist in the assumption that your desire is already fulfilled, the outer world will eventually conform to that assumption. Do not let appearances shake your faith. Remain steadfast in your inner knowing, and life will align accordingly. Living in the end is not about pretending or forcing external changes. It is about shifting your internal state so profoundly that the outer world has no choice but to reflect it. You do not need to figure out how your desires will manifest. That is not your concern. Your only task is to assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and trust the process. The right people, circumstances, and opportunities will be drawn to you effortlessly when you fully embody the reality you desire. So walk, talk, and think as the person who already has what they want. Feel the joy, the peace, and the certainty that comes with knowing your wish is already a fact. Let go of doubts, impatience, and desperation. When you live in the end, you shift from wanting to having, from hoping to knowing, and from waiting to experiencing. And when you do this, your world must transform to match your inner conviction. Everything in life is created twice. First in the unseen world of imagination, and then in the physical world of experience. The bridge between the two is feeling. It is not enough to simply think about what you desire or visualize it in your mind. You must feel it as real. Feeling is the language of creation, the force that breathes life into thought. You do not attract what you merely wish for, you attract what you deeply and emotionally believe to be true. Many people try to manifest change while still feeling the same emotions of lack, doubt, or fear. They say, I want to be wealthy, but they feel poor. They affirm, I am loved, but they feel lonely. The outer world does not respond to words alone. It responds to the state of being you occupy. If your feelings contradict your desires will not materialize. This is why transformation begins within. If you want to change your life, you must first feel different. Feel the joy of success before it comes. Feel the excitement of love before it arrives. Feel the security of abundance before you see it in your bank account. The subconscious mind does not know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. It only responds to the emotions you feed it. When you immerse yourself in the feeling of already having what you seek, your mind accepts it as fact. And once it is accepted internally, it must be expressed externally. This is why great achievers, visionaries, and pioneers always believe in their success long before the world sees any evidence of it. They do not wait for proof. They generate proof by first feeling their vision into reality. Many people struggle with this concept because they rely too much on their physical senses. They look at their current circumstances and say, but I don't have it yet. They allow what they see to dictate what they believe. But reality is not fixed. It is a reflection of past assumptions. If you continue to feel as you have always felt, you will continue to experience what you have always experienced. The key is to break this cycle by assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Not tomorrow, not someday, but right now. So ask yourself, how would you feel if your desire were already yours? Would you feel relief, excitement, gratitude, or peace? Whatever that feeling is, embody it now. Let it fill you. Let it become second nature. The moment you feel it as real, you set the wheels of creation in motion. Life will then conspire to bring you the people, circumstances, and events that match the state you have claimed as your own. This is the secret to effortless manifestation. Do not wait for your reality to change before you feel different. Feel different first, and your reality will change accordingly. The world will try to convince you that your current circumstances define your future. It will tell you that where you are now, what you have, and what has happened to you determine what is possible. But this is an illusion. Circumstances do not matter, only your state of being does. What you are experiencing today is nothing more than the result of past thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions. If you do not like what you see, do not fight the circumstances. Instead, change the inner state that created them, and reality will shift accordingly. Many people live as though they are at the mercy of external conditions. They say, I can't be happy until my situation improves, or I would follow my dreams, but I don't have the resources. They allow their environment to dictate their mindset, never realizing that their mindset is what shapes their environment. If you believe circumstances have power over you, you become a prisoner of them. But the moment you recognize that your inner world is the true cause, you reclaim control over your life. The greatest transformations occur when people refuse to be defined by their current reality. History is filled with individuals who rose from nothing, not because circumstances changed first, but because they changed first. They did not wait for proof, permission, or the right conditions. They assumed their success internally, and the world eventually aligned with their conviction. The same power exists within you. No matter what obstacles seem to stand in your way, they are only as real as you believe them to be. If you wish to experience something different, you must stop reacting to what is and start assuming what will be. Instead of focusing on lack, focus on abundance. Instead of dwelling on problems, embody solutions. Reality is fluid, always reshaping itself to match the state you hold within. Your job is not to fix the outside world, it is to persist in the inner knowing that you already are the person you wish to become. When you do this, circumstances will rearrange themselves to reflect your new state. So, do not concern yourself with appearances. They are temporary, changeable, and ultimately powerless. It does not matter what your bank account says, what others think, or what the world tells you is possible. The only thing that matters is what you assume to be true. Stand firm in your vision, regardless of what is happening around you. When you refuse to be shaken by circumstances, you prove to life that you are ready for something greater. And life, in response, will yield to the power of your unwavering belief. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is not luck, talent, or opportunity. It is persistence. The ability to hold on to a vision despite all appearances to the contrary is what separates creators from those who surrender to circumstances. The world may tell you that your dreams are unrealistic, that change takes time, that success is uncertain. But none of that matters if you persist in the assumption that what you desire is already yours. Reality will have no choice but to conform. Most people give up too soon. They affirm their desires for a short while, but the moment they see no immediate change, doubt creeps in. They begin to question if it's working, if they are doing it right, if their dreams are even possible. And in doing so, they return to their old state, unknowingly recreating the very conditions they wish to escape. But this is where true power lies, holding the vision even when nothing seems to be happening. Just because you cannot see the change yet does not mean it is not unfolding beneath the surface. The unseen always precedes the seen. Imagine a seed planted in the ground. At first, there is no visible growth, but beneath the soil, the seed is taking root, drawing in nutrients, preparing to break through. If you were to dig it up too soon out of impatience, you would destroy the process before it could bear fruit. The same is true of your desires. Your job is not to force results or constantly check for evidence. Your job is to persist in the assumption that what you seek is already done. Keep watering the seed with belief, and in time it will emerge into reality. The greatest achievers, visionaries, and innovators in history all shared this one trait: unwavering persistence. They were not swayed by delays, failures, or external opposition. They held on to their inner knowing even when the world doubted them. They understood that reality is shaped by those who refuse to accept anything less than their vision. You must do the same. Do not be discouraged by time, obstacles, or setbacks. These are merely illusions meant to test your faith. The only way you can fail is if you give up. So, persist. Hold fast to the assumption that your desire is already yours. Let go of doubt, impatience, and frustration. Trust the process, knowing that unseen forces are working in your favor. Reality bends to the will of those who refuse to waver. No matter how long it takes, no matter what stands in your way, stay firm in your belief. When you persist long enough, the world will have no choice but to align with your unwavering conviction. Faith is the ability to see beyond what your physical eyes reveal. It is the inner conviction that something is, even when the outer world suggests otherwise. Most people rely on their senses to determine what is real. They look at their circumstances and accept them as truth. But true creation begins when you understand that appearances are not fixed. They are merely a reflection of past thoughts, assumptions, and beliefs. If you wish to change your life, you must develop the ability to see with faith, not just with sight. Your external reality is always catching up to your internal state. If you believe only in what you can see, you will continue to recreate the same experiences over and over again. But if you can look beyond what is and hold firm to what can be, you become the architect of your future. Faith is not blind. It is the deepest form of knowing. It is the certainty that what you desire is already unfolding, even if there is no visible evidence yet. Consider the example of an artist creating a masterpiece. When they begin, the canvas is blank. There is nothing there, no indication of the beauty that will soon emerge, but the artist does not doubt. The image exists in their mind before it appears in form. They trust the process, applying each stroke with certainty, knowing that in time their vision will take shape. Your life operates the same way. You must see the masterpiece within before the world reflects it back to you. Many people lose faith too quickly. They plant the seed of their desire but abandon it when they see no immediate results. They say, "I tried believing, but nothing changed," not realizing that reality requires time to rearrange itself. The test of faith is to persist, even when the world tells you otherwise, to believe in love before it arrives, to trust in abundance before it appears, to feel the success before it materializes. When you do this, you shift your inner world, and your outer world must follow. So train yourself to see beyond what currently exists. Look past the limitations, the delays, the doubts. Know that what you seek is already yours in the unseen, waiting for the right moment to unfold. Faith is not hoping, it is knowing. It is standing firm in the belief that the unseen is more real than the seen. And when you live from this truth, your world will transform to match the vision you have held unwaveringly in your heart. The power to shape your future has never been outside of you, it has always been within. You are not a victim of circumstances, nor are you bound by the limitations of the past. You are the creator of your reality, the master of your destiny, and the architect of your life. Whatever you dare to believe, persist in, and feel as real must come to pass. So, let go of doubt. Release fear. Stop waiting for external proof before you believe in your own power. Live in the end. Feel the joy, the success, and the fulfillment now. And trust that the world will conform to your inner state. Circumstances do not define you. You define them. And when you stand unwavering in the conviction of your vision, the universe must align to bring it to life. Your future is not something to worry about. It is something to create. So step forward with faith, with persistence, and with the unshakable knowing that everything you desire is already yours. The world is simply waiting for you to claim it.